Today is a video showing off some of my bigger parts of my collection, which is the boutique labels like 88 Films, Eureka, even Nova Media, and a few Criterions. So I figured I've accumulated quite a few over the last year, so I figured I'd show some of these off and share with people what all's out there, what they look like. So I will start with kind of an underrated or lesser known label, which is Nova Media, which is a Korean company. They release a lot of the Hong Kong movies and things on their label. They don't always have special features. They're not as stacked with features such as 88 Films and Eureka have been. But nonetheless, they are great to have, and a lot of the pictures look good. The movies themselves look good on the transfers and things. So I'll start with one of my favorites. And I haven't watched every one of these. I'm not sure. Some of the features, they're in Korean, so can't really tell what's on there. It just kind of shows you that there are features. However, this one actually has features that you can read. And this is City Hunter. Quite a few of Jackie's stuff. So great movie. I know a lot of people do talk about this one, and a lot of people like it. I enjoy the movie. I'm not a big anime guy. I have seen some episodes of this on Midnight Pulp, which is a channel I have on my TV. So this has a lot of features, and a lot of it's actually stuff that was on the Fortune Star release, or Fox DVD release from the States here. Also, can't really tell, it's not showing up, but on the inside it says Jackie Chan. Again, City Hunter right here. So that's cool. Most of their releases have that, where they either show the American or the Korean title or the actor and then the title of the movie. But and a lot of these are numbered. This one, all the releases on the bottom have statistic stuff, I guess. Runtime, the language options, subtitle options, all region. That's a big key to owning these, is whether you can watch them freely on your player, whoever and wherever. So that would be City Hunter. Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. And I actually have another copy. This one happens to be numbered. So 721 out of 777. And similar, there's the Chinese writing inside the case there. And then City Hunter. Different slipcover. This, I think, was the limited run version, probably the first print. And then the first one I showed is actually a reprinted, probably reprinted, not numbered because it sold so well, maybe. I love this artwork here. Pretty cool. And again, I love this movie. So this is one of Jackie's better 90s movies. And I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan, so it's hard for me to say any of his movies are bad, or even the lesser enjoyable ones. Really, I just enjoy this more than some of the other ones. There's the, it's not reversible artwork, but there's actually, not wasting any space. They have the common, let's fill in the the back with a clear case, and you can see. So And this has what blank sides on the back, but sort of like just cards or lobby cards from the promoting the movie, or shots, stills from the movie, famous scene. And you know, it's nice because the Nova Media label, they don't do this, I don't think, with every release, probably just the limited numbered ones. And but it's nice because this is sort of like a special feature. It's a trinket or something collectible that you only get, you know, limited if you buy this release. Now, I don't order directly from Nova Media. I haven't. I've actually stumbled upon these on eBay most of the time. And that's how I get my copies, all my different releases, Nova Media. Because that is usually one of these goes for roughly $20 to $25 brand new, and maybe even more than that, aside from shipping, which is another who knows how much, typically $15 to $20 for shipping. And I cannot afford to pay for a brand new one and have to pay for all the shipping as well. Well, if it's a good deal, obviously I pay attention to things like that, but people, I usually get these from here in the States, used, and so far all these have been mint. And here's another, this is the Armor of God collection, which I thought was pretty cool. And specifics, not limited. It's another thing. I like the simple artwork on the backs of these. It's usually just a memorable photo from the movie. So we have Armor of God collection inside there. Chinese titles. So cool artwork. You can see this is the toward the end of the movie, in the cave, when he's in the cave. So that is Armor of God, and it actually has a trailer, a new trailer, so 2 trailers, photo slideshow, comedy special. Again, I actually haven't watched this one yet, this version, so I'm actually looking forward to the features on some of these. And this has pretty much the same features. Operation Condor here. Armor of God 2. Cool picture of Jackie. And I actually prefer Operation Condor over Armor of God. I enjoy it way more. It's actually the first one I've seen, but overall, over the years, seeing them both, you know, a dozen times at least, I have a fondness for the second in the series. And then the sorta sequel for, you know, the third movie would be Chinese Zodiac, which I enjoy, but the second is actually my favorite. So, and it came out the year I was born. Unfortunately, I missed all these when they came out in the theaters here in the States in the 90s and the early 2000s. Here's another great movie, Dragons Forever. This one's numbered 603 out of 777. So this is cool because this has interview and making of, slideshow, trailers, deleted scenes, no good shots or outtakes. So, Dragons Forever. Cool photo. So anyway, There's the back. Love the artwork. This is, I think, the UK 2-disc edition from Hong Kong Legends, or one of those back in the day. And there's Benny the Jet. Should do this. Jackie and Benny. So, I actually prefer this fight between the two over the one in Wheels on Meals. I think there's more impact on it. Okay, so cards, and it appears they all have the Jackie with the bloody nose there. So, just stills from the movie. I actually watched this last night. I watched the 88 Films version, that is, because I was going to watch it and then watch some features, and the features on there I hadn't taken the chance to watch yet, so I put that one in so I could watch those features. So, that's Dragons Forever. Great movie. Unfortunately, pretty much the third and final showcase for the three dragons together on screen in a movie focused around those characters. So this is a memorable movie, and it's too bad we didn't get at least one more, maybe in the mid to late 90s at the latest, with three dragons, but they were doing different things at different times. And I like this sort of embossed. It's kind of coming up, so it's bumpy, and you can feel that. Same with the back. But that's Dragons Forever. And I still haven't watched this edition yet, but I have seen the movie many times. And it's still factory sealed. Miracle, aka Miracles, or Black Dragon, or the Canton Godfather, or Lady Rose and Mr. Canton and Lady Rose. So many titles for this. Jackie directed it. It was an expensive film. It's a period piece. And it's actually, I would say, underrated. If you like Jackie Chan and you haven't seen it, I say watch any Jackie Chan movie that you haven't seen, but Miracle is very good. So those are my Jackie Chan Nova Medias. And I also have a few Jet Li. So, once again, 1, 2, and 3, Wong Fei Hung, and Once Upon a Time in China. So 1, 2, and 3. As far as features go, I think these might have a couple features. Again, I bought these used, that's why they're open. But I haven't watched them yet. But I found them for a decent price. They're in mint condition, and they look great. So, I don't think, these don't have any writing on the insert inside the case. But that's like the Hong Kong Legends version has the same poster art. The DVD from back in the day. And there's one of the better actresses, Rosamund Kwan. Always great. I will say that this is in my top 3 favorite series of all time. Film series, that is. Next to Rocky. And Once Upon a Time in China are 2 of my favorites. Because now I've seen Once Upon a Time in China. Oh, here's number 3. But now I've seen Once Upon a Time in China 1 through 6. And they're all great. Well, they're all good. I would say the Jet Li ones are great, even Once Upon a Time in China in America. However, Rocky. There are 6 Rocky movies as well, and I enjoyed them. So it's kind of a sort of like a draw, but they're both in the top 3. And if I had to pick a third, not quite sure at the moment what it would be. There's Donnie Yen and Jet Li, and not sure what the third top 3 would be, and that's the China series. So pretty cool. And because I don't think Terminator has a perfect series. I love Rambo, but I don't quite think it's perfect. So it's hard to pick a third. As far as the complete 1 through 6, Rocky through Rocky Balboa, and Once Upon a Time in China 1 through 3, at least those are great to me. 4 and 5 I've only seen once recently, and I like them. So I like them more than I like some of the Terminator sequels. So that's why that gets labeled as one of my favorites. But there's another, John Woo's Bullet in the Head. Not limited, but still cool. This is how I finally seen the movie about a year or so ago. And that's great. Tony Leung. Oh, there's a packing. I always keep the, this is the mailer, kind of to keep your disc in place. It's just a smart idea. It's padded. So I just kind of kept them in there. And, I actually really like this. Great action, great drama. And it does include the alternate ending. There's 2 endings included on here. There's a boardroom kind of scene where they're in a room, and then there's one where I think they're on the dock, and they actually show both. So that's Bullet in the Head. So Jackie Chung and Simon Yam. One of my newer favorite movies, Once a Thief, also John Woo, with Leslie Chung. I think that's Cherry Chung, and Chow Yun-fat, who I share a birthday with. And Once a Thief. I hadn't seen it. I know Sony TriStar put a DVD out in the mid-2000s. Never could find it, and just kind of never ordered it either. And when I got this, I got paid like $15 for this, with shipping or something like that. So it was a pretty good deal. And I had been missing this movie all these years because I really enjoyed it. And kind of the same on the disc as well. But I enjoyed this movie, and I think this was 1991, same year as Operation Condor. But I really enjoyed it. Kind of an underrated movie. You don't hear this one talked about unless it kind of comes up in a Hong Kong cinema discussion with people that really know their stuff. Because a lot of people don't really bring it up because they don't know, unless they've been paying attention to the series of films that John Woo did or something like that. But finally watched this. This is Mr. Vampire, the classic. So far, out of all the vampire films that I've seen from Hong Kong, this is my favorite. I love Sammo Hung, but I think this is loads better than Spooky Encounters, or Encounters of the Spooky Kind. Now this is limited. I think they reprinted this as well to a standard edition, but this is 710, so it has a different slip, and it's also got, I think, maybe cards? Yeah, the cards are in there. So, Mr. Vampire, finally watched it. Actually, this year for Halloween. And I really enjoyed it. just a blank back, but different scenes of the movie. Ricky Hoy, funny guy, great singer. Rest in peace, because he's been gone for maybe close to 10 years now or so. Lam Ching Ying been gone for about 26 years or so. Just seems like I grew up with some of these guys in these movies until I started doing my research and getting more involved in them over the last 20 years. Who knew? I didn't know that they had, a lot of these guys are gone, and they had been gone since before I even got into them. And I believe this looks like Yuen Wah, one of Jackie's Peking opera buddies. So I think he did the makeup and the hopping vampire in this. So I'm glad that I watched it this year, because I actually enjoyed it, and I'll probably watch it yearly around Halloween. So I know that they reprinted this, and it has a different slip cover, and the I've seen pictures of it, so it's a little different. That's Mr. Vampire. And last but not least, now I thought I had more than this, but I guess this is my last one, and that is Millionaires Express, the all-star cast. Aside from Jackie Chan and Andy Lau, I don't know who else isn't in this movie. But this is numbered 728. And now I have this movie in about 4 different formats. I have a VHS tape from Tai Sang, and the counterpart Laserdisc from Tai Sang release. You can actually see it up here, right here, the VHS. And I have the Laserdisc of that. My first Laserdisc watch was that movie. And so I have the Laserdisc, the VHS, I have a Blu-ray here, and I have the Eureka Blu-ray, which you'll see. So that card, basically the picture back here in reverse. So there's the disc, the choo-choo train. These do have a backing to them. So Yuen Bu and Sammo. So Sammo is on there. All the cards have the same photo of Sammo. And it's just a very silly movie because there's a lot going on. It's kind of like an all-star cast Western film. Kind of like you'd have seen in the 60s. Cynthia Rothrock from PA. And no, I don't mind the movie. I mean, it's funny, I have 4 different versions of the movie. 4 different copies, I suppose. But I've only seen it once. So I need to re-watch it, because it's winter time, and this, I think, takes place near the winter time, because there's snow and it's cold out. You know, it's the atmosphere I'd want to watch it in, so. And I don't know if you can see the inside, but yes. So, Millionaires Express. And that does it for my Nova Media collection. So now, I might as well zip through my Criterion, because I don't have too much Criterion. And I'll show the I'll show the few odd ones here. I only have one Umbrella Entertainment, and that happens to be Drunken Master. And this is sort of I'm showing this off because it's kind of a boutique-y label, and I like, because my DVD artwork was the same, and this actually has more features than my DVD did. I only had the commentary, I believe, and this has a few other things, so it's nice to have it. and kind of harder to get, I'd say. Every time I try to find Drunken Master, from, I think Eureka did put it out on a double feature with Snake and Eagle Shadow. But it's not too easy for me to get. I usually bid on it, never win, so. And I have one Arrow release, and that happens to be the One-Armed Boxer. And they're kind of getting more involved in the martial arts movies and the Asian cinema as well, overall. Everyone is now. It seems like we're kind of, martial arts is getting its due once more. It's been a while. It's reversible art. Pretty much the slipcover. Comes with the book, which is awesome. I really like that artwork there. Kind of wish that the Arrow colors weren't there in the logo, because it kind of takes away from the original poster, but nonetheless, it's an option to have, and it's great because this has quite a bit of features. So, Jimmy Wong Yu, may he rest peacefully, who we've lost, sadly, earlier this year. And we sadly lost a little over a year ago, none other than Sonny Chiba. Now, that's a Shout Select. This is my only Shout Select Asian cinema release. I have a few other Shout Selects, but I figured I'd show this one off. It's not stacked with features, but it has kind of a place in the category. So, I like the old school like Grindhouse posters in the back, like you'd have seen in the 70s, going to the theaters for these. So, and that's the Street Fighter collection. I do not have Sister Street Fighters collection, but I have seen Return of Sister Street Fighter, and I liked it. So, I think Arrow put that one out. Shout Selects put that one out. So, and now my Criterion collection. Now I won't open the big boxes up. I'll just show them off. The Bruce Lee, the Greatest Hits collection, which is all the main movies he was in, not counting the dozen or more films he was in or shows from childhood, which I wish we could get something restored from his childhood, because there's a lot more that Bruce Lee was involved in. I'm glad that Criterion put these out all together. Even Game of Death 2 was in there, and somehow Enter the Dragon, even though it's a Warner Brothers release. And now I have the complete Once Upon a Time in China collection, which I watched these earlier this year for Chinese New Year, and I'm very appreciative of this set. Again, one of my overall favorite series, top 3, that and Rocky. And another trilogy I actually just got in the mail, and that's Infernal Affairs, Andy Lau. I'm a big Andy Lau fan, so definitely needed that. I have the Dragon Dynasty releases, however, why not get them in a set with a couple additional features. I have another film, and this involves Jackie and Sammo and doing some stunt work, and it's Touch of Zen. Before this came out, I remember the DVD used to be insanely difficult to find. Years ago, the Tai Seng DVD, which I liked. It shows the bamboo forest, but it's more green and things, not so artistic. And Rouge with the the late Anita Mui and the late Leslie Chung, who both passed away in 2003. And Leslie, I think, passed away in April, and Anita Mui passed away December 30th, 2003. And they're both in this, and I actually have a Hong Kong Blu-ray of this. But when I found out this was coming out, of course I had to get this for the features. So I actually haven't watched the this edition, but it's in the collection. In due time, all of these will be watched. Okay, and last but not least, finally got this. And that's Jackie Chan's The Police Story 1 and 2 double feature from Criterion. So I wanted it for the specific features, and I know the Eureka and 88 have done their thing, but I wanted to at least have this, and if I can, I'll move on and add the UK releases to the collection. And that seems like a good place to stop for part 1, and I'll make this a 2-part and show my Eureka films and 88 films off in the next, since I'm dragging on a little bit. So thank you for watching this part, and stay tuned for part 2.